History remembers Jalal ad-Din Rumi as a beacon of love, poetry, and spiritual enlightenment. His words have transcended time, crossing borders and cultures, resonating with the hearts of people from all walks of life. His verses continue to inspire millions around the world, offering solace, wisdom, and a profound sense of connection to the divine. Rumi's poetry speaks to the universal human experience, touching on themes of love, loss, and the eternal quest for meaning. Yet behind this radiant figure lies a story less known, a story tinged with sorrow and shadowed by societal constraints. It is a tale that reveals the complexities and contradictions of the human condition, even in the presence of such a luminous soul. This is the story of Kimia Khatun, a young woman whose life became entwined with Rumi's, only to be tragically cut short. Her narrative, often overshadowed by Rumi's brilliance, is a poignant reminder of the unseen struggles that accompany even the most celebrated lives. Her story, though rarely told, offers a glimpse into the complex realities of the 13th century Middle East, reminding us that even the most luminous lives cast long shadows. The societal norms and expectations of the time played a significant role in shaping her destiny. Kimia Khatun arrived at Rumi's doorstep as a young girl, her eyes filled with hope and curiosity. She was a refugee, seeking safety and a new beginning in a world that had been turned upside down by conflict. Her family, fleeing the Mongol invasion that ravaged their homeland, sought refuge in Konya. The journey was arduous, filled with uncertainty and peril, but it was a journey driven by the hope of finding peace and stability. Rumi, a renowned scholar and spiritual leader, opened his home and heart to them. His generosity and compassion provided a sanctuary for Kimia and her family, a place where they could begin to rebuild their lives. He saw in Kimia a sharp mind and a kind soul, qualities he nurtured with the same care he devoted to his own children. Rumi's home became a place of learning and growth for Kimia, where her potential could flourish. Under Rumi's tutelage, Kimia blossomed. She was not just a student, she became a part of the intellectual and spiritual fabric of Rumi's household. Her presence added a new dimension to the vibrant community that gathered around Rumi. She immersed herself in literature, philosophy, and theology, her thirst for knowledge rivaling that of any scholar. The ancient texts and manuscripts became her companions, guiding her on a journey of intellectual discovery. Her days were spent amidst lively discussions, surrounded by Rumi's students and family, including his son Ala al-Din Muhammad. These discussions were not just academic, they were deeply personal, exploring the mysteries of existence and the nature of the divine. A deep bond formed between Kimia and Ala al-Din, a bond built on shared intellectual pursuits and mutual admiration. Their relationship was a testament to the power of the mind and the heart, a connection that transcended the boundaries of their time. The Mevlevi house in Konya buzzed with intellectual energy. It was a sanctuary of wisdom, where the walls seemed to whisper the secrets of ancient texts, and the air was thick with the scent of old parchment and ink. Discussions on faith, philosophy, and poetry filled the air, creating an atmosphere of vibrant learning. Scholars from far and wide gathered here, their voices blending into a symphony of knowledge and curiosity. Every corner of the house echoed with debates on the nature of existence, the mysteries of the divine, and the beauty of the written word. Kimia, with her quick wit and insightful observations, became an integral part of this scholarly circle. Her presence was like a breath of fresh air, invigorating the minds around her. She was not just a participant, but a catalyst, sparking new ideas and challenging old ones. She and Ala al-Din, Rumi's eldest son, found themselves drawn to each other. Their connection was immediate, a meeting of minds that quickly grew into something deeper. They were like two stars in the same constellation, their paths destined to cross. Their shared love for knowledge blossomed into a deep affection. They spent countless hours poring over manuscripts, their fingers tracing the same lines of text, their thoughts intertwining like the words on the pages before them. They would spend hours lost in conversation. Their discussions ranged from the profound to the mundane, each topic a new thread in the tapestry of their relationship. They found joy in each other's company, a sense of completeness that neither had known before. They debated theological concepts, recited poetry, and shared their dreams for the future. Their voices would rise and fall in passionate discourse, each argument a testament to their mutual respect and admiration. They dreamed of a world where their love for knowledge and each other could flourish without restraint. Their bond, witnessed by everyone in the household, seemed as natural as the turning of the seasons. It was a love that grew quietly, like a tree taking root in fertile soil, its branches reaching ever higher towards the sky. They were two souls, kindred spirits, brought together under the same roof. Their connection was a beacon of light in the scholarly community, a reminder of the beauty that could be found in the union of hearts and minds. Rumi, a man of profound wisdom and compassion, observed their growing closeness. He saw in their relationship a reflection of the divine love he so often wrote about, a love that transcended the physical and touched the very essence of the soul. He saw the spark of something special between them, a connection that transcended the ordinary. It was a bond that seemed to defy the constraints of time and space, a love that was both timeless and eternal. He recognized in Kimia a spirit as bright as any star, a mind as sharp as any scholar's. She was a rare gem, a woman whose intellect and spirit shone with an inner light that could not be dimmed. Yet Rumi also understood the constraints of their time, the societal norms that dictated the course of relationships. He knew that their love, as pure and profound as it was, would face many obstacles. He knew the path ahead would be fraught with challenges, a delicate dance between the heart's desires and societal expectations. It would require patience, wisdom, and a steadfast commitment to navigate the complexities of their world. But in his heart, Rumi believed that love, true love, could overcome any obstacle, and he silently vowed to support them in their journey. The 13th century Middle East was a world of strict social structures, where every aspect of life was governed by deeply rooted traditions and customs. The cities were bustling with activity, yet each person knew their place within the societal hierarchy. Marriage, considered a sacred union and a cornerstone of societal order, was often orchestrated by families, guided by concerns of lineage, social standing and alliances. These unions were meticulously planned, with every detail scrutinized to ensure the preservation of family honor and the strengthening of social ties. Women, though respected within the household, found their lives largely confined to its walls. Their daily existence revolved around domestic duties, and their interactions were mostly limited to family members and close relatives. Their roles as wives and mothers were paramount, their personal aspirations often taking a back seat to societal expectations. They were the keepers of the home, the nurturers of the next generation, and the silent pillars of their families. Within this context, Kimia and Ala al-Din's bond, though innocent in its inception, became a subject of hushed whispers. Their connection, born out of genuine affection, was seen as unconventional and potentially disruptive. The servants gossiped in the courtyard, their voices a low hum against the backdrop of daily chores. They spoke of the young couple in secretive tones, their words carrying a mix of curiosity and caution. Some saw the burgeoning affection as a threat to the established order, a disruption of societal norms. They feared that such a relationship, if allowed to flourish, could undermine the carefully maintained balance of their world. Others, however, recognized the purity of their connection. They saw in Kimia and Ala al-Din a rare and beautiful bond, one that transcended the rigid boundaries of their society. They saw two souls drawn together by a force beyond their control, a love that was both tender and profound. It was a connection that defied the constraints of their world, a bond that spoke to the deepest parts of the human heart. They hoped for a different outcome, one where love might triumph over societal constraints. They dreamed of a future where Kimia and Ala al-Din could be together openly, without fear of judgment or retribution. Yet even their hopes were tinged with apprehension. The weight of tradition and the fear of social repercussions cast a long shadow over Kimia and Ala al-Din's unspoken love. The path ahead was fraught with uncertainty, and the stakes were high. The weight of tradition and the fear of social repercussions cast a long shadow over Kimia and Ala al-Din's unspoken love. The path ahead was fraught with uncertainty, and the stakes were high. The couple's future hung in the balance, teetering between the hope of a love that could change their world and the fear of a society that might never accept them. Rumi faced a difficult dilemma. He cherished Kimia like a daughter, recognizing her intelligence and spirit. He had, perhaps unknowingly, made a promise to her father, a promise to safeguard her future. This promise, made in the wake of war and displacement, carried the weight of a sacred oath. Meanwhile, his son, Ala al-Din, was promised to another in a union deemed suitable by societal standards. Shams-uddin Tabrizi, Rumi's closest companion and spiritual guide, arrived in Konya. His arrival marked a period of profound transformation for Rumi, igniting a spiritual awakening that would forever change the course of his life. In Shams, Rumi saw a kindred spirit, a mirror reflecting his own yearning for divine connection. In a decision that would have far-reaching consequences, Rumi offered Kimia's hand in marriage to Shams. He believed that this union would provide Kimia with security and stability, fulfilling his promise to her late father. However, this decision, made with the best of intentions, shattered the unspoken bond between Kimia and Ala al-Din, leaving them both heartbroken and adrift.